Hi students, welcome you all. In our previous lecture, we have finished various techniques that are used for study of unculturable microbial community. In that, we have covered RFLP analysis, that is restriction fragment length polymorphism analysis, then terminal restriction fragment length polymorphism, that is TRFLP, then DGG, that is denaturing gradient gel electrophoresis, then TGG. Okay, so all these techniques that are used for study of uncultivable or unculturable microbial communities. So in this today's video lecture, we're going to see or we're going to study remaining techniques that are widely used in study of culturable also and study of unculturable microbes. Okay, once again I am repeating you that these techniques are also part of polyphasic approach. Okay, so single strand conformation polymorphism, that is known as SCCP, is the technique that detects polymorphism in strand conformation. So single strand conformation polymorphism SCCP detection has been applied in conjugation with PCR. So basically this technique uses two methods, that is electrophoresis and PCR, but some in modified ways to detect or to identify microbial communities. So this technique is based on the fact that in this technique 16S rRNA coding gene is used. Okay, in this technique 16S rRNA coding gene is used, and you can see that if you see the structure of that gene or 16S rRNA, it is actually structure of 16S ribosomal RNA, and in this structure you can see that this RNA molecule almost 1542 nucleotides length, and in this particular structure of this RNA molecule you can see that there are two types of regions are there. So the colored regions, they are variable regions, and in this figure you can see that there are labeled and colored with labeled with numbers, as well as they are indicated with different colors, and you can see that V4, V5, V6, V1. So there are up to 9 variable regions are present. Okay, so in 16S rRNA molecule there are 9 variable regions they are present. So if you analyze this structure of 16S rRNA from different microbial species, so you will find some differences. Okay, so you will find differences in this variable region as well as conformation. Here you can see this DNA is folded in case of variable as well as constant region, but this folding pattern is specific in case of variable region, and the variable regions, they are indicated by different colors. So you can see that in this variable region, so DNA is folded upon itself. Actually it is single stranded structure, but the double strand structure observed due to folding and pairing due to base complementary. ओके, या फोल्डिंग हे जे वेगवेगळ्या कलरने जे व्हेरिएबल रिजन्स इथं इंडिकेट केलेले आहेत त्याच्यामध्ये जे फोल्डिंग पॅटर्न तुम्ही बघताय किंवा बेस पेअरिंग जी बघताय ही कॉम्प्लिमेंटरी बेस नेचरमुळे ते बेस पेअरिंग इथे आपल्याला बघायला मिळतं. ॲक्च्युली हे सिंगल स्टँड स्ट्रक्चर आहे, पण ते ड्यू टू कॉम्प्लिमेंटरी that single strand DNA molecule get fold upon itself to produce a double strand structure. Okay, and these variable regions, they are different for different microbial communities. So in this technique, two approaches or two different methods, they are combined to identify microbial communities. So single strand conformation polymorphism detection is depend or has been applied in conjugation in PCR using primers that are specific for variable region of ribosomal RNA genes to fingerprint change in microbial population. की जसं मी तुम्हाला सांगितलं की इथं दोन टेक्निक वापरलेले आहेत, इलेक्ट्रोफोरोसिस ॲज वेल एज PCR. पण PCR यूज करताना इथं जे प्रायमर्स यूज केले गेलेले आहेत, सो these primers they are specific for these variable regions, आणि we know that these variable regions they are different among different microbes. Okay, so firstly to identify microbes based on this technique, you have to identify DNA that code for 16S rRNA molecule, and that is ESS DNA molecule. So the technique can separate single strand DNA SS DNA molecules on the basis of fragment length, okay, and conformation because of SS DNA fold to form stable structure that are defined by sequence composition. So first काय आपल्याला DNA आयसोलेट करायचा आहे. कुठला DNA? जो 16S rRNA मॉलिक्यूलला कोड करतो, तो DNA आयसोलेट करायचा आहे फ्रॉम एन्व्हायरमेंटल सॅम्पल्स or from cultured microbial communities. Okay, after isolation we have to amplify that DNA with primers, and that primers they are specific for the variable region. आपल्याला असे प्रायमर्स यूज करायचे की जे या RNA स्ट्रक्चरमध्ये जे व्हॅरिएबल रिजन्स आहेत त्याचे जे सिक्वेन्स आहेत त्याच्याशी स्पेसिफिक मॅच होणारे प्रायमर्स आपल्याला यूज करायचे आहेत. आणि हे प्रायमर हे ऑलरेडी रिपोर्टेड स्पेसिसपासनं हे प्रायमर्स कोणाशी रिलेटेड आहेत, तर ऑलरेडी जे कॅरेक्टराइज रिपोर्टेड स्पेसिस आहेत त्याच्याशी प्रायमर्स रिलेटेड आहेत. ओके, सो दिस टेक्निक आफ्टर PCR amplification we have to perform electrophoresis, and that electrophoresis separates this single stranded DNA on the basis of fragment length as well as conformation. Okay, so by this technique small differences can be resolved, and we can detect presence of microbes, and we can identify which type of microbes are there. So this is short protocol. So first you have to identify single stranded DNA molecule. So which DNA molecule we have to isolate? So the DNA molecule that codes for 16S rRNA gene. So ultimately we have to isolate 16S rRNA gene from samples, environmental samples, whether it from they contain culturable or unculturable. Okay, then we have to amplify that DNA through PCR technique, but here the primers that we are going to use they are specific for variable region, and the primers they are already characterized, they are specific for identified microbial communities. Okay, and after electrophoresis, the electrophoresis will resolve single stranded DNA molecule and their folding pattern. Okay, so this is the method, this is the basic theme that is behind this method, and this technique is used to identification of microbial communities. The next is PCR amplicon length heterogeneity, that is PCR ALH. So PCR amplicon length heterogeneity has been used for comparative assessment of diversity within microbial communities as they changes across geographic gradients. The geographic gradients म्हणजे काय, तर वेगवेगळे जिओग्राफिकल एरियाज. सो जसे जसे जिओग्राफिकल एरियाज चेंज होतात तसे तसे मायक्रोबियल कम्युनिटी ही चेंज होत जाते. ओके, and the technique is based upon amplification of 16S to 23S rRNA interspacial region. Okay, इथं आपल्याला काय यूज करायचं आहे, तर 16S rRNA आणि 23S rRNA कोड करणारा जो जीन आहे त्याच्यामधला जो DNA मॉलिक्यूल आहे त्याच्यामधला जो रिजन आहे त्याला म्हणतात इंटरस्पेस रिजन. तर तो इंटरस्पेस रिजन आपल्याला PCR थ्रू ॲम्प्लिफाय करून नंतर त्याचं ॲनालिसिस करून त्या इंटरस्पेस रिजनवरनं आपल्याला ठरवायचे की इथं कुठल्या टाईपचे मायक्रोब्स प्रेझेंट आहेत. बिकॉज दॅट interspace region sequences, they are specific for specific microbial communities. Again, that fragment length is specific for specific microbial communities. Let's understand with this figure. See in this figure, you can see that this is gene. The blue color region is a part of chromosome of bacteria, that is DNA. And in that the green color region shows the DNA that code for 16S RNA molecule, as well as in case of right hand side you can see that the red color region that is that code for 23S rRNA molecule. Okay, so green color the region that code for 16S rRNA molecule, and the 23S that is indicated by red color that code for 23S rRNA molecule. And between these two genes there is a DNA or the nucleotide sequence that is known as interspacer region, and that interspacer region is different for different microbial communities. The sequences are different, even the length of this interspace region is different for different microbial communities, and this is the basic theme behind these techniques that is used to identify different microbial communities. So here that interspace region DNA is amplified through PCR technique, and after its amplification the amplified products, the fragments that are generated after amplification, they are resolved or they are separated through electrophoresis, and after separating through electrophoresis their size is determined, and the size and sequence that is specific to specific microbial communities. Okay, so by using this technique we can identify which type of microbial communities they are different, and how they are differentiate between two different geographical locations or different geographical gradients. Okay, the next technique is low molecular weight RNA analysis. So here low molecular weight RNA pattern, they are analyzed to identify microbial communities, and low molecular weight RNA pattern analysis depend upon size, distribution of transfer RNA, and 5S ribosomal RNA molecule in species within heterogeneous microbial communities. So this distribution means size of tRNA as well as 5S RNA. So the size is different for different microbial communities, and we have to analyze these two molecules, and we have to identify that which type of microbial community is present. So basic theme behind this technique is that here two RNA molecules they are analyzed, and first is tRNA molecule and second is 5S ribosomal RNA molecules. So both these molecules they are first isolated, and they after isolating they are separated and they are analyzed, and after analyzing they are matched with already present database, and by comparing with that database we can identify which type of microbial community is there. So the composition of low molecular weight RNA is not affected by environmental condition, and it is therefore stable measure of species occurrence. Okay, so these are stable molecules but different in different microbial communities. So resolution of low molecular weight RNA extracted from complex neutral environmental samples require sophisticated pattern of recognition program, and to identify the presence of known species, the possible discovery of novel species. Okay, so this technique is under development and this is very rarely used, but still it is used in characterization of uncultivable microbial community. So here in this figure you can see that different types of RNA molecules are there. So out of total RNA molecules from that cell, the 4% it is comprises the coding RNA molecule that code for specific genes or that code for specific protein. Then rest of the 96% they are functional RNA molecule, and they comprises pre-RNA that code for ribosomal RNA and pre-tRNA that code for ribosome tRNA. So these two molecules, that is 5S rRNA and tRNA molecules, they are specific for specific microbial communities, and by using this low molecular weight RNA analysis we can identify different microbes and microbial communities based on these two different RNA molecules. The next technique is reverse sample genome probing, and in this technique depends on the extraction of bulk DNA from environmental samples. So first, the bulk DNA is extracted from different kinds of environmental sample, and this DNA is allowed to hybridize with immobilized DNA that has extracted from known microbial species. So simply here in this technique, what we do, we extract DNA sample from different kinds of environmental samples, for which we have to identify which type of microbial community is present, and after extracting that unidentified microbial community samples and they are hybridized or probed with match DNA, they are allowed to hybridize, or they are allowed to match with DNA that is already reported with some species, or reported with or extracted with known species. So basically this technique is particular sensitive, and it need track of specific organism in different ecological context, and it is used to identify dominant species within perturbed ecosystem. So this is a basic method. First, what we have to do, we have to extract DNA sample from various kinds of environments. It may be soil, it may be uh, marshy land, it may be whatever environmental sites. From there we have to isolate and extract DNA sample, and by extracting that DNA sample and isolating and by purifying that DNA sample, that DNA sample is probed with DNA of known species. Okay, so probes are used, and that probes are related to already known species, and that after probing with that related species, we can conclude that the that species might be there. Okay, so after probing with DNA of known species, we can conclude that these species may be exist in that environmental sample. So this is how different tools and techniques they are used for study of unculturable microbial community. So thanks. We're going to cover remaining topic in next lecture.